The professors here push you to be your absolute best. So if you want it, you got to work hard for it. I am so excited about my future. I'm Shantiana, and I am why I'm proud.
This is your tax refund team at Greenwood Chevrolet. We have one goal, to help you get approved, even if your credit story isn't perfect. So bring your tax refund, and we'll help with the rest. At the #1 Chevy dealer in the Mahoning Valley, Greenwood Chevrolet.
15-8, Beaver Local with a first quarter lead. Griffin Straub for St. Clairsville had 6 points in the first 2 minutes of this game. St. Clairsville as a team scored just 2 the remaining 6 minutes of the first quarter. So the Beaver Local defense doing a good job in the last 6 minutes of that first quarter. Only 1 bucket for the Red Devils in that time. Straub loses it in the base, or in the post. Got doubled and his dribble poked away, eventually stolen by Redos. Now Redos forcing the issue, kicking it, Peyton Cowdery. He can't knock it down. And a loose ball rebound, that's Pastor who gets the board. Now Ali Muley working against McKenzie. Muley gets it back to Pastor, into the corner, Straub. Straub trying to work through Cowdery. Now it's back into his hands on the right wing. Catch and shoot 3, misses off back iron, and Redos with a board. And now Redos loses Clifford. They get it to McKenzie, shot fakes, the mid-range is good. McKenzie's second made bucket, but set up by the nice move by Redos, handling the basketball. And it's a 9-point Beaver Local lead. Schaefer to the post to Straub. Back to a cutting Schaefer. And McElroy called for a blocking foul. He tried to take a charge. And he comes up wincing a little bit. Everybody on the Beaver Local bench thought that was going to be a charge. But instead it's a blocking foul. The second of the game against McElroy. And he will substitute out of the game. Owen Hill back in, as is Aiden Dre. Matt Anderson will also get a breather. Muley goes into Straub. Straub into the corner. Jacob, baseline drive, a little too strong. Hill with a good contest in the post. And Redos gets the board, he'll handle the ball himself. Up ahead to McKenzie, who nearly loses it, gets it back. Guarded by Caden Clifford. Gets it top of the key. Now a nice backdoor cut by McKenzie. Hill tried to feed it to him with a nifty pass, but it's eventually stolen by Straub. And they're going to call a shove here against Aiden Dre. That is going to be Dre's second foul of the game. Now Matt Anderson will check in for Beaver Local. Dre will have to check out, so that's 2 Beavers with 2 fouls early in the second quarter. Inbounds pass, they try to go to Schaefer, poked away by McKenzie, and ends up in the hands of Caden Clifford. McKenzie gets the steal, ripping it away from Muley. Now in transition, shovels it out to Cowdery, who's going to slow it down, gets it to Redos at the free throw line. Redos drives. Oh, he missed it right in front of the rim. Hill gets it back. Put back is good. Hill's got 7 first half points. Timeout, St. Clairsville. It's a double-digit Beaver Local lead early in the first half. 5:44 to play in quarter number 2, and it's the home team up by 11.
Welcome to Mill Creek Indoor Player Development Center, where passion meets precision. Experience state-of-the-art technology with 3 TrackMan fitting bays, ensuring your clubs are perfectly tailored to your game. From fun games for the whole family to expert lessons and clinics, there's something for everyone. Our authorized Callaway Club Fitting Center ensures you're equipped with the best. Book online or call our golf shop to reserve your spot today. Mill Creek Indoor Player Development Center. Elevate your game, rain or shine.
St. Clairsville called their first time out of the game with 5:44 to play in the second quarter. Beaver Local with the 11-point lead here in the OVAC 4A semifinals. Again, the winner of this game will play Saturday at 6 o'clock at the Eco Center in St. Clairsville, Ohio, on the campus of Ohio Eastern University. The loser will play on Friday. Location of that game will be determined by the outcome of the game happening at the same time here simultaneously. It's Cambridge hosting Union Local in the other semifinal. And the winner of those games will play each other for the championship as the three ball misses a bit long from Caden Clifford. And they're going to call Anderson for a travel. He took one too many steps trying to get an outlet pass up the floor to Redos. So St. Clairsville able to catch a break there. They'll get another offensive possession, 5:16 to play in the second quarter. The big thing for St. C, they haven't got many second chances. They don't need it here as Straub gets the inbounds pass and finds Jacob on the baseline, who gets the reverse lay-in. He's on the board. And St. Clairsville's got their first points of the second quarter, breaking a long scoring drought. Straub now all the way out towards half court on Redos. He pokes it loose. Redos now dribbles it free, gets to the lane, a little too strong, and Jacob chases down a long rebound. Jacob DeMuley finds Straub into the corner to Brody Clifford. Back out to Straub. Again, he's got range, got to defend him all the way out. Muley on the drive. Has his pass tipped, but it's into the hands of Brody Clifford. His floater misses short. Rebound tipped. Schaefer got a hand on it, but Anderson corrals. Up ahead to Hill. Hill, way deep. He can't hit it. And they're going to say it hit the wire hovering over top of the hoop. That's an automatic out of bounds, and it goes the other way. Muley will run the point for St. Clairsville. Neither team has really dove deep into their bench. Top of the key, Schaefer. They try to get it to Brody Clifford, who just keeps it in bounds and has it poked out by Anderson. They're going to say it stays here with St. Clairsville. I'm sure you can see Coach Miller for the Beavers on the sideline not too thrilled with that call. Left wing Schaefer gets it into the high post, Straub. Straub dribbles it out, gets it back to Schaefer. Schaefer kicks it, Muley. Muley gets it high post, Schaefer on the drive. Somehow found an angle for that reverse lay, but he couldn't get it to go. Now up ahead, McKenzie's got it. Gets it to Redos. Redos gets it into the corner. Cowdery back to Hill in the high post. Hill looking to drive. And a nice layup through contact for Owen Hill, who's got 9 now in the first half. Back to an 11-point Beaver Local lead, 21-10. Clifford, they get it to Schaefer. Back top of the key to Muley into the post. Straub looking to go to work on Hill. Straub gets to the lane and finishes for 2. His first points since the first 2 minutes of this game. 8 for the half. Inside 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. 9-point Beaver Local lead. And now a wraparound reach-in foul is going to get called against Brody Clifford. It's going to be his first and the team's first of the quarter. McElroy checks back in for Redos. Now Jed Johnson enters the game for Beaver Local as well. He will check in for Nicholas McKenzie. Johnson to start the season was almost exclusively JV. He's a freshman. He's really played his way into much more varsity action. Had to step up when Owen Hill went out for about a month with an ankle injury, as they call an over and back violation on Beaver Local. But back to Johnson, had to step up and really be that 7th man off the bench to give Beaver Local just a little bit of depth. And he has taken advantage of those opportunities, now becoming really the 8th man for Beaver Local, and they didn't think they'd have 8 to play in a consistent rotation before the season. As the lay-in for Schaefer misses, McElroy gets the board. They try to go up the floor to Johnson. He gets undercut by Muley, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say it's out of bounds, and Beaver local basketball, as McKenzie checks back into the game for Johnson. Sure, that's not the last we'll see of him today. As McKenzie's inbounds pass is tipped by Schaefer, but Anderson luckily gets it back to prevent a turnover. Anderson thought he had a lane, going to slow it down at the top of the key. Gets it to McKenzie, catch and shoot, misses off front iron, he gets his own miss. Tries to go into the post to Hill, ball pinballs to McElroy. He draws the foul on his way up. 2 free throws coming up for Tucker McElroy with 2:14 to play in the second quarter, as that's the second foul of the game against Caden Clifford for St. Clairsville. McElroy at the free throw line. First free throw is good. Luke Redo's going to check in here for Peyton Cowdery. Second free throw for McElroy goes as well. Back to an 11-point lead for the Beavers. It's been a lot of defense both sides in this quarter. Muley. McKenzie pokes the pass out of bounds as he was trying to find Brody Clifford. Inside 2 minutes to play in the first half. Inbounds pass goes to Muley. They go corner to Schaefer. Schaefer high post, Straub catch and shoot 2, rattles home. And Straub's into double figures with 10. Back to a 9-point game. Redos on Straub, one-on-one as Redos breaks the 10 count and looking to set up the half-court offense. Hill out there tries to set a screen. Redos gets to the lane. It gets denied. Hill gets it back, and the putback for 2 is good. So despite the highlight reel block from Straub, Beaver Local still ends up with 2. It's Hill who's into double figures with 11, and it's an 11-point lead again for the Beavers. Straub inside the arc, spins, floater is good, and Straub starting to get into his bag. He's got 12. McKenzie the other way, guarded by Muley. Those two one-on-one with each other as the primary ball handlers, and here it's Muley with the steal. The Euro to the opposite block is stolen, so McKenzie gets it back. Now Muley gets it back away from Redos, and now Redos with the block. It'll still be St. C ball, but both Muley and McKenzie with steals very close to one another, and then Redos with the block. Now he gets his foot in front of the pass to Brody Clifford, and it'll be a kickball. We'll just run it back from the same spot. 45.6 to play in the second quarter, 9-point Beaver Local lead. This time it's Jacob in the corner who gets the pass. Straub, catch and shoot is easy. And Griffin Straub's got 15 in the first half. Pulls St. Clairsville within 6. Redos has to get it in. And before he gets it in, to avoid a potential 5 count, Nick Miller for the Beavers will burn his first timeout of the game. 25.8 to play in the first half. Red Devils slowly clawing back. They're within 6.
At Sheely's Furniture and Appliance, you can afford to be yourself. Family owned since 1952. With one of the largest showrooms and in-stock selections in Northeast Ohio, you are sure to find pieces to make your house your perfect home. Shop with confidence with our everyday low pricing, price match guarantee, and free local delivery. We want to exceed your expectations, not your budget. Discover Liberty's wide selection of bedroom, dining, upholstery, and more, with unsurpassed style at affordable prices. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
$25.8 to play in the first half. Beaver Local with a 6-point lead. They just burnt their first time out of the game. As St. Clairsville beginning to apply a bit of full court pressure, trying to claw back into this one. Anderson to inbound. Anderson just has to try to go into Hill. It's tipped and stolen. Brody Clifford gonna get his hands on it. Straub's caught heat the last few possessions. He's got it beyond the arc. Gets it to Brody Clifford, who drives and kicks, and it's Aiden Dre who tips the pass. Stolen by Hill in transition. Hill, a little too strong. Put back from Dre, misses with 5 seconds in the quarter. Up ahead, Jacob all alone for two. Anderson shucks at the end of the quarter. It's short. And St. Clairsville goes on a 7-0 run in the final 2 minutes of the second quarter to claw back within 4. Led by Griffin Straub's 15 points in the first half. St. C still in this one. It's the Beavers with a 25-21 lead at the end of the first half on their home floor. OVAC 4A semifinals. Here at Beaver Local High School, winner plays for the championship on Saturday. We'll take the halftime break. Second half coming up next.
At Joe Dickey Electric, no job is too big or too small. We do it all. We power the plants that help bring us together, the businesses that help our community thrive, and the home that you've been dreaming of. We'll even install a light bulb for you. With over 65 years of commercial, industrial, residential, and 24/7 emergency services, you can trust the experts at Joe Dickey Electric because we are everything electrical.
Are your windows letting in more than just the view? At Window Depot, we believe replacing your windows shouldn't be a hassle. Our experienced team handles everything from consultation to installation, making the process smooth and stress-free. Upgrade your home's comfort and energy efficiency effortlessly. Contact us today for a free consultation and discover how easy and affordable it can be.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
Toyota of Warren, trusted to get you into your dream ride since 1996. And winner of Carfax's top-rated dealer award 6 years in a row. We've got great trucks, an experienced finance team, and the ease of Toyota Care's no-cost maintenance on all new Toyotas. Find yours with us today at Toyota of Warren. Check out Toyota of Warren's all-new website for online inventory with new models delivered daily. Set up financing or schedule service at toyotaofwarren.com.
Run Golf Course, located in Poland, is your destination for great golf, delicious food, and fun times. Whether you're enjoying a round with friends or competing in one of our many leagues, Reserve Run is a great place for golfers of all ages. After golf, join us at another Round Bar and Grill. With delicious food, cold drinks, and some of the best views in town, it's the perfect spot to relax after your round. Book your tee time or reservation today. Stop in or reach us online at reserverungolf.com. Reserve Run, golf, food, fun.
You think about the team and how your team at Myers Family Insurance has changed over the years. They obviously went through a lot, during this time as well.
The community has been awesome. I mean, they've been here for us. I'd like to think that we've always been there for them, and we'll continue to be there for them. But it takes a village.
Just like always, for all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
Get back to doing the things you love. Regain your freedom from chronic pain without surgery or drugs. The power of care is nothing without hope, and our chiropractic services were created with true healing in mind. Find your hope at Meridian.
Bruce Shepis. I live here in Austintown, Ohio. I've been a customer of Greenwood Chevrolet for over 20 years now. Customer service is invaluable here. I appreciate the salesman. I appreciate the finance department. You feel welcome when you walk into this facility. I've purchased many vehicles personally and commercially through my small business here in Austintown. Buying from Bobby Bashara, he's made me feel like more of a friend. Greenwood Chevrolet went the extra mile for me.
The ins and outs of everyday life can be chaotic. This is how every hectic day should end. Get any one of these hot tubs for less than $189 a month. And for right now, you can run on dealer money, which is 0% APR for 72 months. Your escape is just a step away. Visit your favorite location or burnettpools.com/Vita-spas for a quote today.
Craftsmanship to us is 60 years of pride and dedication.
Passed down from generation to generation.
The hardwood floors that your kids take their first steps on.
The solid wood doors that you quietly close at night.
The things we create day in and day out are the products that end up turning your house into a home.
At Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods, uncompromising quality and craftsmanship built our business.
And it will keep us moving forward for generations to come.
At Sheely's Furniture and Appliance, you can afford to be yourself. Family owned since 1952. With one of the largest showrooms and in-stock selections in Northeast Ohio, you are sure to find pieces to make your house your perfect home. Shop with confidence with our everyday low pricing, price match guarantee, and free local delivery. We want to exceed your expectations, not your budget. Discover Liberty's wide selection of bedroom, dining, upholstery, and more with unsurpassed style at affordable prices. Sheely's, the best things in life happen at home.
How did you sleep last
Want
night?
a new car? Yes. But have bad credit, no credit, negative equity, or bankruptcy? If you earn at least $500 a week, Ken Ganley Kia Boardman wants to say, yes, you're approved. During our construction reduction sale, you heard right. If you earn at least $500 a week, this is your opportunity to buy a new 2025 Kia. It gets even better. Save thousands in finance charges with 1.9% financing for 5 full years. Zero down. 1.9%. Zero down. Regardless of your past credit history, we want to approve your credit and get you into a new Kia at Ken Ganley Kia Boardman, 7871 Market Street in Boardman, or online at KenGanleyKiaBoardman.com. APR offer on 25 Sportage and Sorrento, 1748 per thousand financed. All offers plus tax, tag, title, and fee on approved. Credit through KMF expires 9/30/25.
Students come to Westminster with goals as unique as we are. Some know the career we want, some know the major we want, and for some, the goal is figuring it out. But no matter how we get here, we all graduate the same way, ready to succeed.
To Giangelo's, we sure have grown over the years, but what hasn't changed is our appreciation for you. Thanks for choosing Giangelo's, and here's to many more years of great food and great times. Giangelo's.
What does it mean to be approved? I'm Tracy from Greenwood Chevrolet, and to me, it means more than getting you the right vehicle with the right financing. It means getting you to work on time, driving your kids to school, or going out and seeing the world. That's why I go the extra mile for my customers with the inventory and financing options customized to them. Come and see me so I can get you approved and out on the road. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Hi, I'm Carly Alfino from Hometown Insurance Solutions. Hometown Insurance Solutions are local, independent brokers who serve their clients with solutions for their healthcare needs, no matter how complex or simple the need may be. Contact us today.
The relief you've been looking for is here. We promote the body's natural self-healing. The power of care is nothing without hope, and our acupuncture treatments were created with true healing in mind. Find your hope at Meridian Healthcare.
Finally, all alone.
Getting ready for the start of the second half here from Beaver Local High School, 25-21. Beaver Local with the lead over St. Clairsville in the OVAC 4A semifinals. Again, the winner to play in the championship game, 6 o'clock on Saturday at the Eco Center. in St. Clairsville, Ohio, again on the campus of Ohio Eastern University. Griffin Straub led all scorers in the first half with 15 points. Couple made threes. Owen Hill doing a lot of his work in the lane. Had 11 points in that first half. Went 1 of 2 from the free throw line. All 2-pointers in that first half. Only shot 1 3. Beaver Local did hit some threes in that first half, though. One from Aiden Dre and one from Luke Renos. It was a 7-0 St. Clairsville run in the final 2 minutes of the second quarter that got them within 4. They were down between 11 and 9 a majority of that second quarter. Able to pull it to within 4 before the halftime break. Again, the winner gets the winner of Cambridge and Union Local happening as we speak. Loser will play the loser of that other game on Friday at the higher seeds school. Anderson inbounds it into the corner to Renos. Catch and shoot 3. Starts us off in the third quarter. Luke Renos' second, made triple of the game, and he's got 6. Fast start to the third quarter for Beaver Local. That's now Anderson gets his foot into the passing lane, kickball violation. But how about that for Luke Renos? An immediate catch and shoot 3 to get the third quarter started. Straub, baseline drive, floater, he got fouled. They're going to call that one against Owen Hill. First time he's been called for a foul in the game. And Straub will get his second trip to the free throw line. First trip was just 1 free throw. It was an and 1. This time he's got 2 free throws coming up. Still early in the third quarter. First free throw misses off back iron. Second free throw for Straub also misses off front iron. And Hill gets a defensive board. McKenzie surveying as he brings it up the floor, gets it back to Renos. Straub walking out to guard Renos beyond the arc. Getting him out towards half court now. Renos trying to clear Straub. He does on his way to the lane. Tried to feed it. Dre with the extra pass, but it's stolen by Muley. On the other end, Jacob in the corner. Kicks it top of the key. Muley extra feed. Straub now into the corner. Schaefer who drives baseline. Caden Clifford has it poked away and stolen by McKenzie. Kind of stuck on the wing, figuring out what he wanted to do. As McKenzie up ahead, can't hit the 3, and Straub gets a board. Muley bringing it the other way for St. Clairsville. Gets it to Schaefer. Schaefer driving after the shot fake, has to kick it back out. Straub now top of the key, 1-on-1 against Hill. Now Anderson gets the matchup. It's Schaefer who pulls the 3 off the feed and misses. Renos with an easy board. Now gets guarded right away by Clifford. Clifford to Renos, up ahead to McKenzie to break the count. McKenzie on the drive. Goes up, it's in and out. Hill with an offensive board, and he gets fouled on his way for the putback attempt. And it'll be 2 free throws for Owen Hill, his second trip to the line of the game. Second foul of the game called against Griffin Straub. He picked up an early one in the first quarter and then played foul-free ball the remainder of that first half. First free throw for Hill, off back iron. Hill's second free throw gets a friendly roll. And he's got his first points of the second half, 12 for the game. Schaefer gets it to Muley. St. C now down by 8. First, or the last 4 points of the game scored by the Beavers. High post, Straub has to feed Schaefer after getting doubled. Now to Straub, who pulls the 3, can't connect. Hill gets a board. Beaver local trying to run. They've got numbers temporarily. McKenzie just inside the arc, dribbles it back out. Now looking to drive, feeds Hill. Hill trying to back Jacob down. Gets to the rack and gets the deuce. Timeout, St. Clairsville. Beaver local starts the quarter on a 6-0 run, back to a double-digit lead. 31-21, 5:15 to play in the third quarter. And it's a quick 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them.
The ins and outs of everyday life can be chaotic. This is how every hectic day should end. Get any one of these hot tubs for less than $189 a month. And for right now, you can run on dealer money, which is 0% APR for 72 months. Your escape is just a step away. Visit your favorite location or burnettpools.com/Vita-spas for a quote today.
5:15 to play in the third quarter. It's St. Clairsville ball, but they just burn a timeout. They've got 3 remaining for the game. It's Beaver local who came out to start the third quarter on fire. Redos hitting a 3 immediately to start the third quarter on a catch and shoot after the opening inbound. And then Hill hitting 1 of 2 free throws, and then on the subsequent possession got a back down bucket in the post. St. C yet to score out of the halftime break. Schaefer gets it into the post. Straub trying to break the scoring streak, and he does. Up to 17. Redos guarded by Straub, trying to clear him on his way to the rack. Redos off 2 feet, blocked by Straub. Back-to-back big-time plays by the St. Clairsville star. Now he's trying to make a play in transition. Straub too strong, but he got fouled. They're going to say he got whacked on the wrist by Redos. First time he's been called for a foul in the game. Second foul against the Beavers in the quarter, and it's another trip to the free throw line for Griffin Straub. He missed his last 2. 4:36 to play in the third quarter. Straub another chance to pull the Red Devils back closer in the game. First free throw goes halfway down and out. Straub struggling from the line right now. He's missed 3 consecutive. You can see him just kind of shrug his shoulders after that last one. Not sure what's going on. Misses another 4 consecutive misses from the line for Straub as McKenzie saves it into Redos. Redos into the corner, Dre wide open, but he missed it. Hill with an offensive board, and he got fouled. They're going to call that one on Caden Clifford potentially. If it is Clifford, it's his 3rd. Officials separating Hill and Clifford as they both hit the deck. And it is Clifford for a whack on the arm. That's his 3rd. So Caden Clifford subs out, Brody Clifford subs in as the starting guard for the Red Devils in foul trouble halfway through the third quarter. Anderson lobs it up to Hill. Hill getting a screen. Tried to feed Redos on the backdoor cut, and now McKenzie going to get called for a foul, trying to poke it away from Straub, running up the floor. First foul of the game on Nicholas McKenzie. 4:18 to play in the third quarter. That's the 3rd team foul against the Beavers. And it'll be Red Devil ball down 8. But it could be a 4-point game if Straub hit those free throws. Uncharacteristic misses at the charity stripe. Muley got to the free throw line, kicks it out. Brody Clifford can't nail the triple. Schaefer with an offensive board for St. Clairsville. Brody Clifford goes in and out with the dribble. Now Schaefer in the corner, looking to drive. Blocking foul on Aiden Dre is going to be the call. Third foul of the game against Aiden Dre, so now 1 guard apiece in foul trouble, and they're going to call that a shooting foul against Dre. So it's 2 free throws coming up for Schaefer. First free throw goes. That's his first points of the second half as Dre now has to check out. Tucker McElroy in the game with Dre dealing with the 3 fouls. But interesting, Dre trying to say that Schaefer through the elbow, trying to get his way to the rim. But I'm not quite sure. I saw the shot go up before the foul was committed, but Schaefer misses a free throw. That is 5 misses in the last 6 free throws for St. Clairsville. McElroy up ahead. McKenzie spins free, but he wasn't quite sure where he was at, and he didn't have the dribble. So he tried to kick it out, but his feet went back to the floor before the pass. So that's an up and down violation, and it's a Beaver local turnover when they had a chance in transition. Muley feeds it to Straub for the lob, and he flushes it down. 19 points for Griffin Straub, pulling St. C back within 5. Now Anderson gonna get fouled by Schaefer. Trying to bring the ball up the floor. Schaefer's first foul of the game, and the third team foul against St. C, as Peyton Cowdery is at the scorer's table to check into the game for Nicholas McKenzie. Cowdery to inbound from the sideline, goes into Redos. Redos now guarded by Brody Clifford. The matchup had been Straub a majority of the game. Now Straub on McElroy as Redos kicks it to Anderson, extra feed. Cowdery tries to feed McElroy in the post. McElroy fouled before he got it. So it's an on-the-floor foul, but it's against Straub, and now he's got 3. So something to monitor. Griffin Straub with 3 fouls. He's got 19 of the 26 St. C points in the game. And for the first time today, he's going to be asked to take a seat. Griffin Pastor checks in for the Red Devils. And Straub is out. We'll see if Beaver Local can take advantage of the non-Straub minutes. Redos in the corner. Gets a screen from Hill. Redos on the drive. He tried to throw it down, but didn't get enough bounce. And now the other way, Brody Clifford fouled by Anderson, and that's the 5th team foul against Beaver Local. It's free throws for St. Clairsville. First of the game against Matt Anderson, and the Red Devils are in the bonus now. Brody Clifford yet to score in the game. And he misses the free throw, man. St. C just struggling from the free throw line in this game. And now Beaver Local is going to, or the referees are going to ask Matt Anderson to check. Are they asking him to check out of the game, or they're not going to say he has to check out? They're going to take a small official's timeout for either equipment malfunction or trying to stop bleeding maybe. Again, the officials at the high school level, if they see any sort of blood on the jersey, they force you to check out of the game. Now Anderson is actually just going to switch jerseys here. He will now wear number 2 for the rest of the game. Must have had blood on the 23 jersey. Forced to take that off, and when he changed jerseys in the middle of the floor, got a huge round of applause from the student section. But now the officials are saying they're trying to sort something out here about who checks out of the game. It was initially going to be Redos. Now it's Anderson. One of the referees, Jose Davis, saying that Anderson at least has to check out for the jersey swap. But he goes right back to the scorer's table, so he will be able to check in at the next whistle. As the second free throw goes for Brody Clifford, and now Anderson can re-enter the game. Nicholas McKenzie checked in. He was initially going to check in for Redos, had to check in for Anderson. Now Anderson back into the game for Redos says, wait, that was going to be what happened. Now they're going to say Anderson still has to stay out of the scorer's table to check in at the next whistle. Maybe time has to come off the clock before Anderson can re-enter the game. So now that we got it sorted out, Redos on the offensive end as St. C down 4. Beaver Local trying to extend on their lead. Hill fouled. And that's the 5th team foul against St. Clairsville in the quarter, and will send Hill to the free throw line. As the foul goes against Nico Jacob, his first. He tried to take a charge, but they called a blocking foul instead. Not many trips for the Beavers to the free throw line in the game. This is just the second time the Beavers have been at the free throw line in the second half. It's been Owen Hill both times. His first free throw goes, as now Anderson checks into the game for Luke Redos with 2:38 to play in the third quarter. Finally got it all sorted out. Again, Anderson now wearing number 2. As Hill's second free throw gets a friendly bounce. He's got 16, and the Beavers lead it by 6. That's been a big difference in this game, though, free throw shooting. Beaver local at the free throw line is 6 for 8 as the 3 ball misses short for Clifford. Offensive board, Schaefer. Putback is good with the left-handed scoop shot. Schaefer's got 5, but Beaver local again 6 for 8 from the free throw line. St. Clairsville is 3 of 9. McKenzie thought McElroy was going to cut baseline, but McElroy stayed into the corner. If he cut baseline, he had a pretty open lane for a bucket, but instead, it's a pass that goes out of bounds. Straub in the corner as he re-entered the game. Again, dealing with 3 fouls, though. Straub pulls the 3. Can't hit. Hill with a board. Now he loses it, poked away by Nico Jacob. And Jacob, trapped in the corner, calls timeout to avoid a turnover. So 2 timeouts remain for St. Clairsville. Minute 53 to play in the third quarter. Red Devils down by 4, but with the basketball.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask Holloway Insurance in Columbiana and Lisbon if auto owners make sense for you.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
Beavers have 4 timeouts remaining. Red Devils have just 2. They burnt their third of the game to avoid a potential turnover. But they're down by 4, the Red Devils are, with the ball. A chance to cut this to a 1-score game for the first time since early first quarter, when it was 8-6. McKenzie tried poking it away from Brody Clifford. Thought he had it clean, but they call him for a foul. And it's going to be 2 free throws for Clifford. Second foul called against McKenzie, but a pretty visceral reaction from about everybody on that Beaver local bench, coaches and players alike. They did not think that was a foul. Thought he poked it away cleanly, as did McKenzie. As now Miller pleading his case with the officials, but yet another missed free throw for St. Clairsville. They are 3 of 10 from the line in the game. It's been an absolute killer for the Red Devils. Again, they've missed 7 free throws, just 4 makes, and this game would be tied. But instead, Clifford had a chance to cut it to 3, but he missed again. They are 3 of 11 from the charity stripe. Anderson nails a 3, making the Red Devils pay. It's a 7-point Beaver lead. Schaefer drives and gets fouled, and it's another trip to the free throw line for St. Clairsville, as this has been a pretty elongated third quarter. Both sides committing a good number of fouls, as that's the second of the game against Redos. Schaefer's second trip to the free throw line today. He's 1 of 2. Now 2 of 3. He's got 6 points. As for the first time today, St. Clairsville will check in Ian McLean. Second free throw is good for Schaefer the first time today. that St. Clairsville has made both free throws in a 2 free throw sequence. They're within 5. Long pass to Cowdery, up ahead, McElroy, power dribble, gets to the rack for the deuce. McElroy up to 4. Back to a 7-point game. McLean out beyond, way beyond the 3-point line, gets it to Muley. Muley has been point guard for most of this game, facilitating the St. Clairsville offense. Gets it to the left wing to Schaefer. Schaefer trying to shake free from Anderson. Anderson to Jacob. Jacob back into the corner to Schaefer. Beavers walling up defensively here. Muley driving as the Red Devils willing to be patient this late in the quarter. Jacob to Muley. Mid-range off back iron, and Hill grabs a board. Beaver Local could hold for the final shot if they don't get an opportunity in transition here. It's Hill, step through, right-handed finish. When Hill sees the open lane, it's too easy. But now Hill on his way up the floor goes down, and he's holding his right leg. So Hill down there, looking at him right now again, looking at the back of his right leg. Does not seem to be the same ankle issue that kept him out for a month. They're trying to, again, massage, it looks like his back right leg. Hopefully just a cramp as they tend to Hill. We'll step aside. Late in the third quarter here, Beaver Local with a 9-point lead.
Our Valley loves local sports, and so do we.
21 Sports and YSN teaming up to bring you the best in local sports coverage, featuring YSN's powerful sports streaming network.
21 Sports and YSN winning coverage
of our Valley's teams.
So they get Hill back to his feet, now walking normally. Looks like it may have just been a cramp as he was trying to jog the way up the floor. He's going to try to stretch it out here on the bench. Off the floor for the final 20 seconds in the third quarter. It's Redos who checks in. Muley trying to clear McKenzie with the dribble. Kicks it to Schaefer. Down to 10 seconds to play in the third quarter. Got to keep an eye out for Straub here. Schaefer pulls a left-handed floater and misses. Rebound tipped, out of bounds. Last touched by St. C. So Beaver Local with 4.8 to play in the third quarter. One chance to get it up the floor and get a look before the fourth. Redos to inbound. Cowdery sets up in the corner on the other end of the floor. They just go into Anderson. Anderson with 2. Has to pull. Nearly banked it in. And that brings the third quarter to a close. 40-31, Beaver Local back up by 9. 8 minutes of regulation to play for the right to go to the OVAC 4A title game on Saturday.
The Links at Firestone Farms is the area's premier golf course and provides a great test for golfers of all ages. Enjoy playing 18 holes on our signature Link-style layout. Stop in our fully stocked golf shop or fine-tune your game at our practice facility. The Links has everything you need to take your game to the next level. After the round, stop up at our on-site sports bar, located on the second floor of the clubhouse, located in Columbiana at the corner of 7 and 14. The Links at Firestone Farms. Elevate your game.
Getting ready for the fourth quarter. 40-31. Beaver Local leads St. Clairsville in the OVAC Class 4A semifinal. Again, the winner will play for the championship against the winner of Cambridge and Union Local, again happening at the same time as this game. It'll be Saturday at 6 o'clock at the Eco Center in St. Clairsville, Ohio. The loser will play Friday at the higher seeds home floor. Beaver Local the 2, St. Clairsville the 3. Cambridge is the 1 and Union Local is the 4. That's the other game. Fourth quarter starts. Red Devils trying to erase a 9-point lead to get back to the title game. Beaver Local looking to get there and win their first 4A championship under head coach Nick Miller. Top of the key, Schaefer. St. Clairsville patient. Jacob baseline. Kick it out, Muley. Straub only's got one touch. Now 2 touches in the possession, and he gets fouled by McElroy. McElroy not happy about that call. Pretty animated reaction as McElroy has 3. They go top of the key to Schaefer as the possession gets to reset. Schaefer to Muley. Back to Schaefer as they work the perimeter. Caden Clifford in the game. He's got 3 fouls. Didn't play the last 6 minutes in that third quarter. Clifford nails it. Caden Clifford's first made 3 of the game. It pulls the Red Devils within 6. Hill goes to the scorer's table, ready to check back in. McKenzie guarded by Straub. Timeout taken by Beaver Local. They've got 4 at their disposal. Now 3 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 7:01 to play in regulation. It's Beaver Local with a 6-point lead.
There are 4 members of GoldenStringRadio.org that works for your sports network. Super Dave, Kristen, Scotty, and myself. And if you love our work at Golden String, Isle, and Purple Cat, you are going to love the soon-to-be open GABA camp out at Farmer Casey's Ranch in Coatesville Township. It has all the nice, beautiful scenery, will feature cabins, and a whole lot of other great outdoor stuff. I'm Radar Pavlov, and my sports network is your sports network.
.7:01 to play in the fourth quarter. Beaver Local ball and a 6-point lead on their home floor in the Class 4A semifinal in the OVAC. Again, the winner will get the winner of Cambridge and Union Local happening at the same time. If we can find a final score of that one before we go off the air, we'll get it to you. But for now, Redos out at half court. He draws Straub out. Redos continuing to dribble it around. On the right wing. Redos clears the 5 count, gets it to Dre. Burn about 30 seconds in the possession already. Dre, crossover, running floater, misses. Anderson has the board snatched away by Caden Clifford, and St. C will take it the other way. Straub to Muley into the corner. Clifford thought about another, but now he gets it back out to Muley. Muley on the drive, gets it to Schaefer, into the corner. Clifford, shot fakes, gets it now to Schaefer on the cut. Out to Muley. Muley. Now it's Straub. It goes off his fingertip and out of bounds. The pass was deflected by Redos, and then it went off of Straub's fingertips, so it'll be Beaver Local ball. And here comes the Red Devil pressure with 5:57 to play in the fourth quarter. First 2 minutes plus have gone by pretty quickly in the fourth quarter as Clifford nearly has the steal, but he ends up poking it out of bounds instead. Redos to inbound. He goes into Anderson. Anderson to break the 10 count. It's Redos on the left wing. Looking to drive on Jacob now. As Jacob gets the Redos assignment, it's Straub on Hill. Jacob pokes it loose. And they're going to say we're going the other way, that Redos was the last to touch it. And it's a Beaver Local turnover. 5:33 to play in the fourth. Again, the closest St. C has had this was a 4-point deficit. Last time they were within 1 score was when it was 8-6 in the first quarter. Beavers get a steal. Dre up ahead to McKenzie. McKenzie to Hill. Hill. Easy lay-in. He crosses the 20-point threshold, and it's a 6-point Beavers lead. Jacob driving, going up on Redos, and he gets the floater. Jacob's first points of the second half, back to a 4-point game. 6-point game as Caden Clifford called for an on-ball foul. Redos trying to drive. And that is the 4th of the game against Caden Clifford. That brings Brody Clifford into the game with 4:57 to play in the 4th. McKenzie to inbound. Both teams have only committed 1 foul apiece in the quarter. Inbound goes to Anderson. Anderson trying to get past Schaefer, kicks it into the corner. Hill can't hit a 3-ball. And it's Brody Clifford with the board. Clifford gets it to Muley. Muley up ahead, Straub, baseline feed, Jacob. Now top of the key to Muley. Runner is good. Ollie Muley on the board for the first time in the game. 4-point game again. Again, this is the closest St. C's been since early first quarter. McKenzie in the corner. Doesn't pull the trigger, wants to be patient. Hill. Put back is good, and Owen Hill getting in his bag. 22 points and a timeout taken. It is taken by Beaver Local. Full 60-second timeout, both teams with 2 chances to stop the clock remaining. Beaver Local up by 6, midway through the 4th quarter.
That's the biggest one-day snow total we've had. We'll continue to see that snow come down at a pretty...
We're going to turn on the leak effect machine by the time we get to Tuesday afternoon.
But it's going to start snowing everywhere before the night is through. It's going to be snowing. Steadier snow, heavy at times. If you need a more detailed winter forecast on WFMJ.com and the Storm Tracker 21 app.
Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. Beaver Local up by 6, little over 4 minutes to play in regulation. Again, the winner to the OVAC 4A championship on Saturday at the Eco Center. Muley to Schaefer. Now Redos once again gets his foot in the passing lane. That might be the 3rd kickball violation of the game against Redos. Continuing to get into passing lanes and making things tough on the St. Clairsville offense. Muley. Looks like he stepped over the line. And that's going to be a violation against St. C and a turnover. 4:06 to play in the 4th. Redos goes into Dre. Dre on the sideline, close to being out of bounds. Gets free from Brody Clifford. Dre tried to shovel it into the corner to Hill. Hill was cutting. He got a hand on it. Is able to prevent that from being a turnover. Now Beaver Local going to slow it down. Redos on the drive. That time he takes the easy left-handed lay-in. And it's an 8-point Beavers lead. 8 points for Luke Redos. 3:40 to play. Schaefer. It's been a quiet second half for Griffin Straub. He's yet to score in the 4th quarter. Muley to Straub. And almost as if he heard us on cue. Gets the backdoor cut, easy pass and a reverse lay-in for Griffin Straub, who's got 21 for the game. And St. C burns a quick timeout. They've got 1 remaining for the game. 3:26 to play in the 4th quarter. It's a 6-point Beavers lead.
What can you do on over 5,000 acres? At Mill Creek Metro Parks, you can discover unique habitats and wildlife, create memorable family moments, experience history, heritage, and park programs, explore scenic landscapes, take time to relax and be well, connect with nature and each other. Come see what's new at Mill Creek Metro Parks. Plan your trip now at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Beavers ball up 6, 3:26 to play in the fourth quarter. Again, winner to the OVAC 4A title game on Saturday. Ball back in play. Redos up the sideline. Anderson. Anderson up to McKenzie to break the 10 count. Into the corner. Hill not going to pull the trigger on the 3. Instead, he drives baseline and gets fouled on the drive. If that's Caden Clifford, that's 5 on him, and he's done. It is. Caden Clifford has fouled out of this game. He just checked back in for the first time since a minute into the fourth quarter with the 4th foul. And he will be done for the game. He finishes with 3 points, made a 3 early in the fourth quarter, but now checks out. Brody Clifford into the game. Anderson in the corner for the Beavers. Again, they can burn as much clock as they want right now. Anderson wants a bucket, can't get it. Loose ball rebounded by Muley. Muley up across half court, gets it to Straub, into the corner to Brody Clifford. Now Straub inside 3 minutes to play in regulation. 6-point game. Schaefer, reverse lay, no. McKenzie able to get his hand on it, and then Redos with the board. Now Redos calling for help, goes to Anderson. Anderson to Dre. Dre driving, nobody near him. It looked like a business decision made on the other side of the floor. Schaefer just deciding to stay with Hill out beyond the arc and not even try to block the lane for Dre. Straub, a much-needed triple. Pure from the right wing. Third 3 of the game, he's got 24. Inbound to McKenzie, nearly loses it, now goes up the floor to Redos. Redos to Dre. Dre gonna slow it down, approaching 2 minutes to play in the fourth. Anderson, just inside half court. Spins free, Anderson. Feed, Hill, easy 2. 24 for Owen Hill. Quickly the other way, Nico Jacob with a tough 2 with the answer. He's got 8. Minute 40 to play in the fourth. 5-point Beavers lead. Dre in the corner. Looking to drive on Straub. Dre, fadeaway misses. Jacob with the board. St. C with a bucket can cut this to a 1-score game. Inside a minute and a half as Redos pokes it out of bounds, again getting into the passing lane. Inbound goes to Muley. Again, Straub the guy to watch. 24 for St. Clairsville. Gets it. Straub, floater's good, and this is the closest the Red Devils have been since early in the first quarter. 3-point game, minute 10 to play. Straub with 26. Now a steal. Jacob to Schaefer. Schaefer on the drive. Gets the left-handed lay-in. 1-point game. Dre up ahead. Gets the response bucket, much needed with 55 seconds. 3-pointer ties the game though for St. C. Straub to tie. It's good! Griffin Straub ties it at 52. Timeout Beavers, 34.2 to play. Straub with 29, 4 made threes. And this is all knotted up late in the fourth. Full 60-second timeout, both teams with 1 remaining. And the Beavers will have the ball, you assume, unless they get a wide open shot or it's a turnover. They'll hold for the final shot of the regulation here. 52 all, we'll step aside. OVAC 4A semifinals all squared up.
Toyota of Warren, trusted to get you into your dream ride since 1996. And winner of Carfax's top-rated dealer award 6 years in a row. We've got great trucks, an experienced finance team, and the ease of Toyota Care's no-cost maintenance on all new Toyotas. Find yours with us today at Toyota of Warren. Check out Toyota of Warren's all-new website for online inventory with new models delivered daily. Set up financing or schedule service at toyotaofwarren.com.
34.2 seconds to play in regulation, 52 all. Griffin Straub heating up in the back half of the fourth quarter. He's got 10 points in the fourth, including the game-tying 3 a few moments ago. But Beaver Local could have a shot here at the final shot in regulation to win the game. And you assume they're going to look towards their best player, Owen Hill, who's got 24 for the game. And when asked about this specific moment, if he's got one shot to win the game at the end of regulation, whether he wants to take a 3 or drive, he wants to take it to the rack. We'll see if he gets that opportunity. It's tipped away. Redos gets it back. 15 seconds. McKenzie, top of the key, Anderson. Hill's been standing in the corner. Now 10 seconds. Do they get it to him? No, timeout. Beaver Local with 9.4 to play in the fourth. Anderson hit the floater, but it would not have been nearly that open if the whistles didn't blow for the timeout. So Beaver Local will have another chance here to draw up a play. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Again, a few weeks ago, Owen Hill was on with our own DJ Yokley and Anthony Hartwig and was asked about this situation. If he had one shot to win the game, would he take a 3 or would he take it to the rack? And he said, I'm driving it every time. This may be the chance to put that theory to the test. If Hill gets the ball and is asked to go win the game. St. Clairsville has only committed 2 fouls in the fourth quarter, so if they want to foul and try to make Beaver Local inbound it a few extra times, they very well could. Straub, the only player on the floor in any sort of foul trouble, but he's got 3, so he can still give one more foul and stay in this game. Redos to inbound. Goes into Anderson. Anderson's got a game-winning bucket this year. Will it be him? Anderson to Hill. Fakes the 3, now pulls. Missed it off back iron, and it deflected off the wire over top of the rim, so Beaver Local won't have a second chance here. And there may be time put back on the clock. They may put it to a second. If they leave it at .7, it's only time for a quick catch and shoot for St. Clairsville. It's going to be 1.4. Still time for a catch and shoot. Hill down the floor on Straub. If they lob it up to him, they will. Towards Straub. Straub didn't even get the shot off in time. And that will do it for regulation. 4 quarters not enough. We're going to overtime at the Beaver Dome for the right to play in the OVAC 4A title game. St. Clairsville and Beaver Local.
Welcome to Mill Creek Indoor Player Development Center, where passion meets precision. Experience state-of-the-art technology with 3 TrackMan fitting bays, ensuring your clubs are perfectly tailored to your game. From fun games for the whole family to expert lessons and clinics, there's something for everyone. Our authorized Callaway Club Fitting Center ensures you're equipped with the best. Book online or call our golf shop to reserve your spot today. Mill Creek Indoor Player Development Center. Elevate your game, rain or shine.
Four quarters, 32 minutes of regulation ball, and we are knotted up at 52. St. Clairsville, an 11-point comeback. They were down 11 in the second quarter. They were down 9 to start the fourth. And on the back of their star, Griffin Straub, they have tied this game. Straub hit the tying triple with a little over 30 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. And we are into overtime. 4 minutes in the extra period for the right to play in the OVAC 4A championship game on Saturday. Hill and Straub to jump for a second time. Redos has it in the Beavers' control. The tip to start overtime. 52 all. McKenzie driving on Straub. Kicking into the corner. Dre in and out, and Straub with a board. Shots just not falling in the last few minutes for Beaver Local. Nico Jacob rejected by Redos on the other end. Now Anderson bringing it up the floor. Trying to clear Jacob. Anderson driving to the rack. He wants the deuce, and he's got it. Anderson's second bucket of the game is the first in the overtime period. 3:15 to play in OT. Muley St. Clairsville down by 2. Muley wants the lead. Can't get it off back iron, and Hill muscles the board. He's on a knee, though. He has to kick it out to Redos, and he does. Now Anderson is Beaver local, looking to hold. McKenzie still got his dribble, now picks it up, gets it back to Redos. Been defending Hill a little more as Redos drives and draws a foul on Brody Clifford. Caden Clifford fouled out of this game late in the fourth quarter. Brody Clifford's been the guy checking in for him most of the game. St. Clairsville's now got 3 fouls. Again, the fouls do not reset. The fouls do not reset from the fourth quarter into overtime, unlike all other regulation quarters. So it's where we were at the end of the fourth. Neither team was really in foul trouble. Beaver Local only committed 1 in the fourth. St. C only committed 2. So now they've got 3 listed. Anderson out. Redos. Splash down. Third triple of the game for Luke Redos. And the Beavers go up by 5. St. C looking to respond. Brody Clifford misses short. Anderson with the board. Up ahead to McKenzie, one-on-one with Muley. McKenzie spins. Floater off back iron. Anderson with an offensive board. Hill missed it off the front iron. And here comes Brody Clifford the other way. Feeds it Schaefer. Scoop shot goes, and it's back to a 1-score game. Schaefer with a quiet 11 here for St. Clairsville. Hill's got it in the corner. Back out to Redos. Now Anderson as the Beavers look to burn time. Anderson, about 1:45 to play in overtime number 1. Redos on Muley now. This is the first time we've seen this one-on-one assignment. Muley, pesky, but he commits a foul. First time he's been called for a foul in the game. That's 4 against St. Clairsville. Next one puts them in the penalty, and it'll be free throws the rest of the way for the Beavers. Sideline inbound for Beaver Local. This has not been easy for the Beavers the entirety of this game, really. St. Clairsville's been doing a good job defending the sideline inbounds, but this time they let it get into Dre on the other side of half court easily. Straub guarding Dre. Now Straub looking to double Anderson. He gets it into the corner to Hill to beat the double. Muley nearly pokes it free. Now it's back out to Anderson, who's guarded by Straub. Double comes again. Hill, baseline drive. Gets the bucket. 26 for Owen Hill. Minute 10 to play in overtime. Jacob violently rejected. And Straub knocks it out of bounds as the Beavers tried to bring it up the floor. They'll inbound from the sideline about half court, but a little over a minute to play in overtime number 1. St. Clairsville down by 5. You wonder when they're going to start to foul if they can't generate the turnover. Anderson has it knocked loose by Straub, but he gets it back. Dre in the corner on the drive. And now Beaver Local just going to run an open set here, looking to draw a foul, and now Muley commits it. Muley wanted an offensive push-off, but they're not going to call it. It's going to go against Ollie Muley, his second, and it's going to put Beaver Local in the bonus. Redos to the free throw line. First trip there today for Luke Redos. 2 free throws, making a 7-point game. That's 3 possessions. First free throw for Redos is good, and this has been a very stark contrast between the two teams today. This is the 10th free throw coming up for the Beavers as a team. Redos, it's in and out, but the Beavers still 7 of 10 from the line as a team. They call a quick loose ball foul against Matt Anderson. That'll be Anderson's second. But again, the contrast, Beaver Local 7 of 10 from the free throw line. St. Clairsville is 4 of 11 from the stripe. Schaefer, another scoop shot, it goes. Quick timeout taken by St. Clairsville and Coach Clifford. You get 1 extra in the first overtime period. St. Clairsville able to carry 1 over from the fourth quarter into overtime. Beaver Local could not do that. It's a full 60-second timeout. That's all that remains timeout-wise for both teams. 60-second timeouts. 60-56. Beaver Local with a 4-point lead in the ball. Less than a minute to play.
We know when it comes to insurance, you have so many choices. But if you're looking for someone who lives in your community, someone who cheers for your community, and someone who works for your community like you're part of our family, well then please let us introduce ourselves. Hi, we're Heiner Insurance. How can we help?
Overtime number 1 in the OVAC 4A semifinals. The 2 and the 3 seed, Beaver Local and St. Clairsville. Again, the winner gets the winner of Union Local and Cambridge on Saturday. Again, if we find a final score for that before we go off the air, we'll get it to you. We have not found it just yet. Cambridge, the 1 seed, Union Local, the 4 seed. Cambridge has had a spectacular season. They swept St. Clairsville in the regular season, and they beat Beaver Local handedly in the Buckeye 8 championship game a couple of weeks ago. So both teams would look to get some revenge on Cambridge if they'd meet them in the championship game. Redos just gets it into McKenzie in a 4-point game. Now Redos, as St. Clairsville tries to get a 10 count or a steal before they foul. McKenzie breaks the 10 count. Now Anderson on the left wing. When does St. Clairsville foul? McKenzie in the corner. He gets fouled. That's the 4th against Griffin Straub. And St. Clairsville's got to be mindful of who's fouling now. That's 4 on Straub, who's got 29 points. But again, he's yet to score in the overtime period. Schaefer has both buckets for St. Clairsville in the first overtime. McKenzie's first free throw, no good. Second free throw for Nicholas McKenzie, trying to make it a 5-point game with 30.7 seconds to play in the first overtime. That free throw's good. First points in the second half in overtime. And Anderson deflects it off the fingertips of Muley. It's Beavers basketball. What an offensive play by Matt Anderson to keep it on this side of the floor with 29.5 to play in the overtime period. Straub will check out. Got to assume that's defense for offense substitution right now. St. Clairsville does have one more timeout if they get the ball back. Without it being, if it's a turnover, without the clock stopping to make the substitution. Anderson fouled quickly by Schaefer. That's only his second. He still has some fouls to give. And it'll send Matt Anderson to the free throw line for the first time today with 28.1 to play in the first overtime. A chance to make it a 7-point game. First free throw a little long. Now Straub checks back in. Griffin Pastor was the one who checked in for Straub. Now he will check out. Straub down low to try to get a board. Again, 28.1 to play. St. C going to be looking for a quick bucket and maybe use that last timeout. Both teams with one timeout remaining. Anderson, second free throw, misses as well. And Jacob muscles the board away. Now double team. Jacob outlets to Muley. Here comes St. C on the run. Muley up ahead. Schaefer got the bucket. 15 seconds to play, but the clock running. Beaver Local doesn't really have to pick this up. Now they're going to start the count. They go into Anderson. Anderson breaks free. Up ahead, Redos with 5. Redos into the corner to Hill. Hill is fouled with 2 seconds left. Beaver Local burning the clock after the made bucket from Schaefer. Surprised St. C didn't use that timeout to stop the clock and prevent that from happening. And now Owen Hill just needs one free throw to seal a spot in the championship game. He's got 26 for the day. Just one would be good. There it is. Up to 27. 4-point lead. Timeout Beaver is going to discuss what to do here to make sure they don't commit a foul. If Hill were to miss this one, it'll be a 3-point bucket. But that free throw feels like it, in essence, puts this thing away and will send Beaver Local to the OVAC 4A championship game on Saturday. at the Eco Center. Again, it would be a chance for Coach Nick Miller's first OVAC championship since taking over as the Beaver local head coach 7 years ago. Red Devil head coach Ryan Clifford was looking for a fourth appearance in the OVAC championship game and what could have been his second OVAC title. First one he won a couple of years ago in 2024. But it looks like St. Clairsville is going to fall that much short. They got this game to overtime. We're down 9 to start the fourth quarter on the back of 10 fourth quarter points from Griffin Staub. Got this game to an extra period, but it looks like they're going to run out of gas in overtime, and it's going to be Beaver local playing for the Class 4A title in just a few days. He'll hit the free throw line. That last one all but sealed it. This one would officially seal it. It does. 5-point game. Inbound to Clifford. Shot misses, and Beaver local will play for an OVAC championship on Saturday.